This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We come to you daily with short business episodes, short private equity episodes, interviews with brilliant private equity and business colleagues, and a lot more. Here are 14 business and private equity stories that we're following today. First, global and U.S. stock indexes are hitting all-time highs. Today itself looks a little bit flat so far, but overall, global and U.S. stock market indexes hitting all-time highs. Second, revised stats show that the U.S. created 800,000 less jobs than anticipated than were on record over the last 6 to 12 months. That's a lot less jobs. Third, the irony of that lower job numbers is that it strengthens the Fed's case to lower rates, and thus it helps the stock market. The stock market rose on the news that less jobs were created. Essentially, if less jobs are created, but we're not going into full-blown recession, the markets are pretty happy. It's sort of a softer landing that people are looking for. Rates come down, more money goes to stocks than bonds, and thus the markets react well. Fourth, three companies that hit it out of the park yesterday were Trump Media, Tempest AI, founded by Eric Lefkowski, and Target. We'll see how those continue. One of my closest colleagues said to expect to short Trump. I don't know exactly what's going on with Tempest AI, but it is going through the roof. One of my friends had told me that was going to happen, and it happened. Always fascinating. Fifth, Lucid Motors jumped 10% yesterday in hopes for its new SUV. Lucid, of course, of the EV makers, is third behind Tesla and Rivian. Tesla's 2 million vehicles a year. Rivian's 50 to 60 to 70,000, and Lucid's 10 to 15,000. So we'll see how that goes. But Lucid jumped 10% yesterday. Sixth, Macy's dropped 13% yesterday, having a harder time moving back in the right direction than expected. Seventh, we received great compliments on two episodes from some of our listeners. One was with Liz Hudson, the founder of EGH. Second was with Josh Layton, the leader of DHS high school math plus brilliant tennis leader. Fascinating people. Both received great compliments. Eighth, Nordstrom's, American Express, and H&R Block all fell yesterday. I bet that most Americans use two out of those three. Me, it's Nordstrom and American Express, not H&R Block. I do like Nordstrom a great deal. All fell yesterday. Ninth, Blackstone is buying a majority stake in Chartis from the Audex Group. Chartis, two big storylines here. First, Chartis is ran by CEO and co-founder Ken Grabois, an exceptionally well-run firm. Second, it's healthy to see transactions of this size between Blackstone and Audex and others starting to happen again. Very interesting to me. 10th, private equity has a massive interest in sports. The NFL is looking at how to allow private equity to own interest in franchises. The money is too big for an NFL owner, is the biggest fraternity, the sort of like most elite fraternity in the world, to scoff at. 11th, Thomas H. Lee is raising a $6.2 billion fund. Thomas H. Lee is one of the most highly respected firms in private equity. 12th, I'm thrilled to visit with Paul Sweeney of the Sweeney Group Capital on the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. For information on joining a podcast, please feel free to text or email Scott Becker, 773-766-5322, or reach me however you do. 13th, Dick's Sporting Goods is up 60% year to date. Didn't see that coming. I don't find Dick's to be a wonderful place to shop at, but God bless them. Finally, 14th, I'm thrilled to host an executive engagement call with great leaders today for Becker's Healthcare. Thank you to Liz Ingman for setting that up and organizing it. We should have a great discussion. Thank you very, very much.